Just so you know, we're alone because we bagged the corpse, but um, computer just went off or something. So yeah, I didn't record. I mean, recorded that part, but I saved it, so we overwrote here. So sorry about that.
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really. Ah, man. What? Those days. Hey, man, that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to. Then what's your deal here? Not me, man. No, gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo.
Working on these rhymes clearly leads to muscular atrophy.
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man.
You're
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man.
you're
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam.
you're
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam. It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really get it. I get you. When they really click, it makes the world seem manageable. Good to be on the same page.
you found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. Someone was. They are someone's memories, boy. They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know?
All of what? The world? The present?
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution. In Methk, it was a golden age. Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Diamonds? Of course not. Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Oh, it's so much more than a high where I go, Harife. It's low. I go to the bottom.
Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible kick in the dark. A sleep kick.
Then it's contraband, Loman. What? Diamonds? Of course not. Whatever stupid things they put in the... I quit
She says that as if something...
Of course it does. Of course not. To truly understand the boyadero, you need to listen to On the Western Plain. It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain. Of course not. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Maigret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down. So the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Maigret. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him. The most beautiful. A true boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. What do you mean? Yes? What about it? Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best communers around. I drive routes no one else will. Lomonosov's Land, Udashnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as she stares inward.
The Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas du Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds... You're right, Loman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me.
A correct appraisal. You're quite shabby.
Is that all you woke me up to say? Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff? I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man.
Moreover, the boots were size 37. Tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this.
It was. And then it was no more. And I was no longer holding my father's hand. He was no longer descending the stairs in right. Perhaps it was another Sheriff who came and woke me up, looking at my boots, asking questions. Or perhaps it was one of the others in this car.
As she says carnival, she gestures to the empty square, with the statue and the machines.
The feet of a little girl, they fit well on the pedals. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
I don't like the sound of any of that. Sounds like a horrible drug. The worst one of them all.
Then what were you getting at?
This line of questioning is going nowhere. Try harder.
You're mad, Lowman. What of it? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grad? Lowman? No, Lowman. Diamonds.
Damn this. Make her answer.
Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Zoras. I would never make fun of easy.
That's correct.
Where do you want me to go? Or I can just relax and let... Yes, go.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. Ah, man. But those days are behind me. Not me, man. No way. Gotta guard the stuff.
Working on the...
Look, man, I try to...
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy The windows are clear. The back end of the cabin. The driver, a large metal pendant.
Right to what? When a bunch of beats me.
When the man moves around, there's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy.
What's it to you? No, don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A monstrous shadow high above the fire traps of the domain. The 881 motorway running over this district of Jamrock. Concrete pillars rise up from the midst of the dilapidated wooden houses. On the horizon, barely visible, the hazy machinery of the harbor. Life in the domain is even worse off than in Martinez. Below, broken down, battered people mill on the dusty streets with no purpose. Yet amongst them, there is no sight of this man. Nowhere.
Yeah? What makes you say that? They know me. That's bullshit. What's it to you? Big mess, caused by Union greed. We're all workers.
A monstrous shadow, life below.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? We're done here. I have a strike to break. Right to work! Right to work! Things are busy enough. You're going to waste less of my time?
The hulking man oozes stark
What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. We're all
a monstrous shadow, life in the below, broken down.
worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. Right to... What's it to you? Big mess. We're all
A monstrous life in below, broken down, battered people,
worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
So, how'd you like our harbor? It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. Hola, wandering man. How can I help you? We're negotiating our share. Aye. This stuff, they already covered. Never grateful. Were we ever grateful, we'd have nothing. You fight for every piece. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process. I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own. By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish. He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
Not you, you would like to say. But then there's that weasel door.
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Just the way the world works, boyadero. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's...
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels...
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but...
The unpromising race pupil returns.
This is the night watchman's. The chair is not as austere. Stale air floods through your... You stand and exit the booth. Rusting control panel, no screech of metal when your crane does not return. You're back before the cargo container. The container door appears unmoved by your attempt at flattery. The door does not respond to your advances. Why does this situation feel so familiar? Do you have a history of propositioning inanimate objects? No reply. The knock, you attempt to turn the handle to no.
Oh, hey, mister.
Mr. Dubois, every worker for himself, right? What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this? You've hurt me, Harry. Me!
And gets over it in 2 seconds.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk. Mr. Dubois, what? You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what?
And gets over it in 2 seconds. Seems like it didn't really hurt him.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject. I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you? Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everart's Rainbow Coalition. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good. Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best. Helping people. With the power of politics. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you. Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this, but he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are neat freaks. If you don't mind me saying so, I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
That's not how you batten someone. The technique is way off. You strike with your whole body, not just the baton.
Of course, Harry. I'm not a real police officer. You are.
That's all he's going to say on this subject.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries. A security contractor. Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire.
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa. You name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant. No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their... Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees. Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
An entire neighborhood of killers.
Potentially, Harry, potentially. There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood. Making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you. Idealistic people who want to make sure that bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow. One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them. So they shot him. How odd. I don't know what to say, Harry. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard. What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my favorite policeman. How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in... These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company, after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates. You said it, Harry. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes. Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. God, Harry, they're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Work with them. Hell, interview them.
Separate one from the herd.
Oh, that would definitely be Fat Angus. His feet smell from a city block away, and he's always having noisy stomach troubles. Horrible, revolting guy. You would die, Harry. you would die and in the process start a bloody and completely unnecessary war between the Debardairs Union and the Citizens Militia. Angus, his ever-growling stomach, and his smelly feet are all part of the Union. You have as much right to arrest him as he has to arrest you. Actually less. Because it's his home and his backyard. Oh, Harry. This is... But of course. It's the least I can do for my...
You can now go and tell Titus about this.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real. I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real. Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions? Was it a good tour? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet. Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta. I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs.
Roller skating, not drugs, Harry.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry. On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here, you need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Mr. Dubois, every worker for himself. Most certainly, Harry. No, by all means, Harry. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you find your lost gun. I'm not a jealous guy. It's perfectly okay. Even if you've told her everything we've talked about, it's absolutely fine. What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go. He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. Harry! I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry.
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his tricks.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over. If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
It's a fortress. He knows she can't get in here. He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Of course, Harry. I have no interest in what she is doing. But I myself have nothing to hide. Tell her about all of it.
This is weird. Not Nice weird, but okay. You take the legal documents out of the envelope. The youth center cuts into the ocean. You take the legal documents out of the envelope. There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door. Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. Well, you could trick Everard. Get some random people to sign the document. By the time the union boss finds out, your business here will be already concluded. The container door appears unmoved by your attempt at flat. The door does not respond to your advances. Is it possible that...
The unpromising.
Looking for something, Hunt?
You could push him by asking him to show you the soles of his boots. He definitely looks like someone capable of a lynching.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. Apples? Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Looking for something, Hunt? Been admiring the stompers, Hunt? Sure, I can demonstrate them.
On the bottom of the man's boots, you see an intricate tangle of threads with no immediately discernible pattern. The wind howls over the bay of Revachol.
It's Revachol. Custom made. Cost me a pretty penny. You'll see when the time comes, officer. True patriots carry Revachol in their very souls. Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body. You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage. Racial economic sabotage.
He eyes you wearily, unsure.
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to. It's a fucking travesty is what it is. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. Sure, I'm sure. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood.
No, it's Ruby running this ring, like Titus alluded to. But play along for now. Find out what everyone knows first.
Guess so.
Narc? But I am not a lorry driver. I am just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that. Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater. No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole.
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity. Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd. You know, the drug crowd.
There's more here. He's afraid of this crowd, whoever they are, more than he is of the racist lorry man.
Look, there's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into this mess. I've spent 15 years working my way up. It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
There you go. A witness with corroborating evidence. It's Ruby.
All right. Very cool. Let's cap this off with a purchase. A pair of funky sunglasses, detective? Don't get involved. I told you.
No, it's still Ruby. Interesting that he doesn't seem aware of her existence, though.
I don't know. I told you. All right. Where? You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
You find your hand. The box smells.
Economical, but also trendy.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The
shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
A rusting control panel with you. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then, the water lock starts moving. quarter reel is just what you press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune, telling you about the tiniest church in ses songs. A click. This is it, the scene of the party, the fire pit, cigarettes, and empty bottles, all evident, not as such. I'm talking about what came after. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. A banged-up motor carriage lies half-submerged in the icy water. It must be cold and lonely down there. The seawater has already started to corrode the metalworks. The motor carriage sits in the salty ocean water. A seagull takes off from the half-submerged machine. It's almost like the bird is acknowledging your decision. You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it. Rust, moss, and sea life have already claimed it for themselves. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by. The accident couldn't have happened too long ago. The ice hasn't closed up around the vehicle. Although the sunken motor carriage is probably flattered by you addressing it, it does not supply an answer. It might be a good idea to wait for the tide to recede. As you sit down in the old rusty playground, the hinges creak. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. It's impossible to say if it's happening. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. portal reel is you press the large button marked. It sounds like telling you a click. Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. In this yard, someone thought they could have a summer house on the beach for cheap. A long time ago, someone used to live here, laugh here, thought it was a good idea to build a swing even. An intense loneliness comes over you. This is a good place for a nice, sad drink. Banged up, it must be the seawater. The motor carriage sits in the a seagull. You get a sudden, a single rust, moss, and the logo is too. The accident couldn't have happened too long ago. The ice, although it might be a good idea to wait for the tide to. As you sit down, the hinges, nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky. The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. It's sad that no one and nothing but the sunken vehicle is here to witness it, but the unexpected beauty of the tune lifts. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed, dreaming, drinking. It's unclear whether the sunken vehicle agrees or not, but merely uttering these words gives you the illusion of time speeding up, just like how the crazy daredevil piloting that vehicle must have accelerated into the sea. What a clumsy wuss, unless someone was trying to fake his own death and start life anew. Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. Yes, it is. It feels as the city behind you grows silent in the waiting. Seems like an eternity has passed. A dim light scatters from the cloud cover above the city. In it, you can see the blue and white motor carriage slowly appear from the water. It's a Caprice 40, a workhorse of the motor park, favored by the working men, government offices, firefighters, I guess. Yes, Harry, it's the number 41, the number of our precinct. I hoped you would come back for me. Come on, Harry. There's nowhere to run. Come on, Harry. There's nowhere to run. Come on, Harry. There's nowhere to run. I'm so sorry, Harry. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and you feel like you're about to faint. Oh God, Harry. Oh God, Harry. What did you do? No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry. No matter how many times you say it, it won't change the truth. Yes, Harry, you did. The sooner you accept it, the sooner you can move on. You were not. We don't. After losing every single thing you were entrusted with, I wouldn't hold my breath. No, you can't. Keep moving. You're a shark. You stop, you die. An aggressive-looking seagull lands on the swing set. A police badge on which you see the photo of a man you. The man in the photo looks at you solemnly. Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct. The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy, what do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression. It looks better on him because he isn't in as much pain while producing it as you are now. Although there's already a hint of that pain, certainly. Don't be fooled. The bad times have already begun. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark. This document confirms it. Harrier Dubois, i.e., Harry is really your name. That's what it says on the badge. No more information is provided. You should look at the badge when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is around. He could help you make sense of all this. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41. You don't remember what the numbers in the middle mean. The badge was issued roughly 4 months ago. The number shows that this badge belongs to an officer of the 41st Precinct. The badge in your hand shines.
Man, I look so ugly.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache. These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party. I know you do. These Inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be. Makes sense. This is what wearing boring office trousers does to you. What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez. The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. It's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times. Incrementally. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment. Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What sang-froid? What a fucking joke. The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological. Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow? That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now.
Let's go back first. I wanna check if we can get to the apartments or something. I don't want to talk to Joyce yet, I'll just talk to her after Kitsuragi arrives.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Just an ordinary wall. Yeah. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah. Just an ordinary wall. Yeah. Just an ordinary wall. Yeah. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah. Just an ordinary wall. Yeah. Just an ordinary wall. Yeah. Just an ordinary wall. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see. Because you see it, finally. This wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows, the colors, all the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft. O Wallfather. Absolutely. Yes, do that. The wall will be waiting. Criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
I know my rights, and don't you marm me, boy.
But the sweeping on the other side has stopped. Insufficiently differential.
Hold your horses. I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
Alright, we got in.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
I already told you I don't care about any badges. I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman? I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you could call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
Oh, you'll find plenty of martins here. Don't you worry. pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for? Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening. Ask away, policeman. People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone. The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
That's it for now, guys. See you in the next part.